Today, we'll be talking about the caution and confidence paradox. So, I believe you need to have both confidence and caution in life. And, some people believe that these contradict each other, and you can't be confident while you're cautious, and you can't be cautious if you're confident. And I disagree. I think that you can be both at the same time, and you have to be both at the same time. So the things that you need to be confident in are the things outside of your control. And I know that might sound a little weird, but you need to be confident in the fact that they are outside of your control and there's nothing you can do about them. And you just have to have faith and trust that they're happening for a reason, that they're happening for you, they're not happening to you, and you need to have good, positive outlooks on them and be indifferent to them at the same time and just trust that it's happening for a reason. And you can always have confidence in the fact that things outside of your control are not up to you. So you do not need to worry about them, and you can have confidence in that by having, faith in God and just faith in general that everything happens for a reason, and if it's outside of your control anyways, there's no reason to be cautious about it. Because if you are cautious on things that are outside of your control, you're bound to feel anxiety, fear. Because if you're on a flight and you're cautious about that flight, you think it might crash, you're going through some turbulence, you're really scared, that is outside of your control. And there's no reason to have caution in that. Like, what are you going to do? The storm's not going to cease to happen because you don't want it to happen. So you need to have confidence there. You can't be cautious because it is not in your control at all. So that is where I believe you need to have confidence in life, at the lack of control you have over things. And where you need to be cautious is where you have control, because that's where you make mistakes in matters of supreme importance that are up to you, that no one can impede you in, and no one can stop you from doing what is right, because it is inside your control and no one has power over that area. So that is where you need to be cautious. And that also might sound a little weird, but from what I just explaining, that is why you need to be cautious, because you can make a mistake very easily on things that are in your control, because it is 100% up to you. So you need to be cautious and look at the impression you're getting from things, making sure that it's not a misperception and you are dealing with it correctly. Good and bad come from things inside of your control, and you must be indifferent to things outside of your control. So you need to be cautious with the things inside of your control, because there's good and bad. Depending on how you react to things and what you do is going to determine whether it's a good or bad. So you need to be cautious and understand that you could be having a misperception right now. You could be misanalyzing this situation, and what you are about to do is bad, is wrong. And whether that be because you're mad or you're feeling a very strong emotion, that is when you're very likely to make a mistake. So you need to be very cautious in these times. You don't want to make decisions when you're running on 2 hours of sleep, or when you feel jarred and you don't feel on, you feel out of it. You want to, give yourself some solitude, some silence, think over things. Don't make rush decisions. You don't want to make permanent decisions off temporary emotions. And this is why you need to be cautious on things in your will, inside of your control. Because if you're acting while you're hungry, you need to go to the bathroom, you're tired, and you have a million other things on your mind, there's a good chance you're not going to make the right decision. So you need to do your best to not let these things corrupt you on matters of supreme importance and matters that are 100% in your control and up to you. So be cautious on what is in your will and confident on what is outside of your will.